Orlando Airbnb investment. Hey guys, my name is Sills. I'm a licensed realtor here in the Central Florida area. We specialize in Airbnb investment properties. We operate them, we own them, and we help our investors to get the best value for their money when they're looking to buy and do an Airbnb property in the Central Florida area. The big draw in Central Florida is Disney World, SeaWorld, and Universal Studios. In Orlando itself, that's where our international airport is located. But Disney World itself is located in the Lake Buena Vista, Kissimmee area of Central Florida. But they tend to say Disney World is in Orlando because of the airport, right? In Orlando itself, though, you're not able to rent a complete unit out for short-term rental. You can rent, if you live in a home, you can rent rooms in the house out, but you can't rent the entire unit. So the areas that are zoned for renting the entire unit are going to be communities that are located in Kissimmee, Lake Buena Vista, Davenport, Claremont, Reunion, Champions Gate, which Champions Gate is a part of Davenport and Reunion is a part of Kissimmee. Okay, there's a little part of Champions Gate that is zoned into. It's really weird because it's actually in Osceola County, which is a part of Kissimmee, but then it has a Davenport zip code. So it's really weird, weird stuff. Anyway, so that's kind of the interconnecting area. A lot of the things zoned in Lake Buena Vista itself is going to be condo hotel, condos, townhomes, that kind of thing. It's going to be very important that if you're purchasing in our area, that the community that you're purchasing in allows short-term rental, hence Airbnb. So a lot of people think short-term rental and Airbnb are two different things. They're not. Airbnb provides a platform that you could do short-term rental on. So if somebody's renting anything from your home, a condo or a townhome, and they're staying for less than 30 days, it's considered short-term rental. If you're staying over 30 days, then it's considered long-term rental. So under 30 days, they will have to pay vacation taxes just like a regular hotel would. Over 30 days, it's long-term rental, so no taxes will be due then. It's kind of how it kind of works here. Okay, so why would you want to invest in the Orlando area? So the big draw is Disney World. Our area has the most tourists visit every year over here, even during the pandemic when Disney was closed down for 2 months, I believe it was. People were still coming here because people was trying to escape from wherever they are. So the people from New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey, they were driving down to Florida looking for a pool home to stay during the pandemic because they didn't want to be home. And a lot of them were able to still work virtually or not work at all, and they didn't want to be stuck in the cold. So Central Florida, the whole Florida, I would say, is attracted by the weather, but Central Florida also in particular because of all the different entertainment that is here as well. Well, in Central Florida, we are about an hour away from the closest beach, right? So Cocoa Beach may be the closest beach to us. An hour and a half is Daytona Beach, an hour and a half on the Tampa side, we have Clearwater Beach, that kind of thing, right? So we're kind of centrally located, hence the word Central Florida. And we're not affected by too much hurricanes as well. So that's, when the hurricane comes, they come on the coast. By the time it gets in the center part of Florida, it kind of either died down or it will affect us as a lower category for the most part, right? Anything is possible, but for the most part. So Airbnb investments in Orlando, let's talk about that. So if you're looking to invest in the Orlando area for Disney World or for the parks, you want to not be more than 30 minutes away from the parks, right? That's the cutoff. You don't want to be more than 30 minutes away from that for sure. And you have to factor traffic in as well. You want to cater to guests going to the park, and you also want to cater to guests that's looking to rent for a month or two because they're transitioning, relocating, maybe they're here for their job or whatever the situation is. So you want to be able to do both as well. Then you want to decide if you want to have a themed home, or if you want to have a neutral home, or if you want to do a combination of both. A combination of both would attract everyone. So if you had, let's say you had 5 bedrooms, and you themed out 2 of the bedrooms, and 3 of the bedrooms are, nicely decorated but regular, then that would attract both people coming to the parks and not to the parks. If you just want to cater to the parks alone and you want to have a complete themed out home, to call it like a Star Trek home or Star Wars, not Star Trek, I meant to say Star Wars, really. Star Wars or Harry Potter or whatever you want to do, you could do that as well. Most people tend to do a combination of both. They'll have some rooms themed and they'll have some rooms not themed. That way they attract everyone. And on top of that, you don't want to theme everything up, because then you'll only attract those people that want that particular theme. Like I've had someone told me one time that they want to rent this house, but if we could remove all the Finding Nemo in the Finding Nemo room, which was really weird, but we did that. It was just a one-time thing. So that's kind of some of the things that you want to think about. The game room is going to be super important. A lot of people put what we call a split AC in the, if the game room is going to be in the garage, which is what most people do, convert the garage into a game room, then you want to do what we call a split AC, or you want to have super duper heavy duty fans in there, because the garage tends to get hot. So in the garage you could have your game room, and in your game room you could probably have a pool table. I highly suggest you having a TV in the game room with maybe 2 gamer chairs, because kids could play their games in there. They could watch movies in there. So a movie/game room is more the theme going on right now in 2022. Before 2022, before the 2000, I would say, before 2020, 2021, those kind of years, a pool table was a big deal, and you could have a pool table as well. As a matter of fact, we were able to find an interchangeable table on Amazon, which is a pool table, a foosball table, table tennis, air hockey, all that stuff all in one table, and it wasn't that big. If you have a multifunctional table, then that would still give you space in the garage or game room to have your little movie section. And let me tell you something, some people deck out their game room. Like you go in some of these game rooms and you don't remember you're in a garage. If you're outside, you see the garage door, but if you're inside, they take out all the garage, all the garage door component, and everything is gone, and they just team it out into a game room. You could go all out like that, or you could have a curtain across the door. Some people put a wall across that garage door, so you could never get through that garage door. It's completely a game room. So it all depends upon what you want to do, right? And of course, if you were to sell the home, you definitely want to sell the home to another person looking to do Airbnb, because that way you'll be able not just to get the equity from selling the home, but also the equity from the business. Because if you have an Airbnb home or property, when you sell that property, you're selling a business. So you're selling real estate plus a business in the real estate, so you're getting paid twice, because you're selling the furniture. Like if to sell an Airbnb property, right, you want to sell it turnkey. So you want to sell it with everything already fully equipped in there, because you are already doing Airbnb in there. So you want to sell it fully equipped, plus all the bookings you could also convey to the new buyer. Why do you want to do that? Because it makes it more appealing to the buyer, and you'll make way more money. So if the home is really worth $500,000, let's say the real estate value is $500,000, you'll probably get $50,000 more for the furniture and all the guests that you're conveying over, if not more, especially in the market we're in. So that's something to take a look at. And even if you're in a down market and you're selling, the value of your furniture and the bookings that you're going to convey to the new buyer does all a value, in addition to the real estate equity or value that's a part of that home. So if everything in the area is selling for $300,000, let's just say, and you're also selling it as a turnkey package, you might be able to get $350,000 or $400,000 based upon how much decorations you have, how decked out you have it, how desirable it is, and how many bookings you have to convey over to the new buyer. That's going to be super important. So when you have your Airbnb property, and as you go through it, like initially you might not be able to do everything that you want to do, right? You may not be able to do all the stuff, maybe deck out the game room and all that great stuff. Maybe you start off with just having a pool table. But then as you start to make money, you start doing different things in it, and you could deck it out to whatever you want. And once you get it to that, and you're like, you know what, it's 5 years, I think I want to sell this one and buy another one. Perfect. Because now you're going to be able to get the returns back for all your hard work that you placed in there, in addition to whatever the value of the real estate itself is. So that's what makes it so super duper great to have the Airbnb property. The location is going to be super important. And again, guys, in our area, it has to be zoned for short-term rental. So if you're buying a community, the community must allow short-term rental. If it does not, you cannot and should not buy in that community, because the HOA rules. The The HOA stands for Homeowners Association. A lot of people that's not from our area have no idea what a HOA is or why they even have to pay into a HOA. But the purpose of the HOA is to make sure the neighborhood or the community runs seamlessly. It's to make sure people do what they're doing, that there's no furniture or tires all over the place, that the grass on the lawn isn't overgrown, that the amenity areas like the beachfront pool and the clubhouse and the restaurants and the sand volleyball and the tennis court, basketball court, all the stuff they offer, that they're completely maintained and that you want to enjoy it. Imagine you're in a community and you're doing Airbnb and the guests came in the community and all they saw was overgrown lawns and tires and broken cars and all kind of stuff everywhere. They would not want to rent from you. They would not want to rent from you at all. They would be very disappointed. So that's the purpose of the HOA. And the more amenities a community offer, the higher the HOA fee might be. But don't pay attention too much to the HOA fee. Pay attention to what you'll be making. Because a lot of times with the higher HOA communities, you're able to charge more on your nightly rate as opposed to the ones that don't have the higher HOA. So there's a lot of factor to put in the equation. So we're going to offer you an invitation. We're going to offer you to give us a call, 407-791-4713, a call or a text, to schedule a complimentary Zoom consultation. We go on a Zoom call, we consult with you, we show you the different properties, we show you why one is this way and why one is the other way. We show you different communities, the ones that are more likely to rent, the one that will give you the highest yield and return, and all that kind of stuff because we live here. So if you're looking to invest in an Airbnb property, give us a call for a complimentary consultation. It's free of charge. It doesn't obligate you to nothing. I love doing this because I love helping people to succeed. And we know exactly what makes some Airbnb successful and what does not. So give us a call, send us a text. Again, my name is Sandy Sills, 407-791-4713. Thank you so much. See you in the next one.